Hi, I'm literally filming my YouTube video.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry, you're fine. I'm just gonna start over. LOL. I don't know. Hey everyone, what's up? How's it going? I hope you're all well. It has been a while. So, I made my first video 3 years ago now, and it was a mixed girl tag. I'll put that in the box down below if you want to see that. I've decided to do an updated version of that. I thought, you know, I'm in college now. I was in high school when I did my other video. I've learned a lot about myself, about other people, and I just wanted to do an updated version. So let's get into it. I have the questions over here, so that is what I'm looking at. But yeah, let's go. So the first question is, what are you mixed with? And my short answer is that I am black and white. I have since found out through some research with like genealogy and stuff, which I'm currently obsessed with. On my mom's side, who's white, I am French, German, Irish, Danish, and very much English. I think I hit all the points. Yes, that's my mom's side, my white side. My dad, who is black, he, as far as I know, is black and Native American. The tribe but our ancestors were part of was the Choctaw Native American tribe, which I think was mostly based in the South, like Oklahoma. But that is what I know from my dad. If I'm gonna be honest, like I know that my dad's side, my ancestors were slaves, so I don't know much about his side. But long answer was that. Short answer, I'm black and white. The second question is, what ethnicity have you often been mistaken for? I have been mistaken for many different things. Mostly, it's probably Hispanic or Mexican of some sort, which I feel like most mixed people say, but it's true. Maybe Filipino here and there. Some people think I'm all black but super light-skinned. Some people think I'm all white with hella curly hair, but those are just a few. The third question, is your hair curly or straight? She big, she curly. The fourth question is, was coming from different backgrounds challenging while growing up? For me, it was challenging. It wasn't very challenging until I hit a little bit older years, I'd say like junior high, when I started to notice that I didn't quite look like the white kids, but I also didn't quite look like the black kids, so I struggled finding where I fit in. On top of that, my parents weren't together, so that was kind of confusing as well. I lived with mostly my mom, but my dad is still very much pictured in my life and always has been. But I knew I could talk to her about things, but she never fully understood some of the struggles I went through. The most she could do was listen, which of course is still so helpful. But my dad he had a different perspective too. He had a black perspective, my mom had a white perspective, but my experiences and perspectives have been mixed, so it was challenging differentiating between the two and finding a balance as to where I can go and or where I fit in. I've since learned that I am mixed and therefore I do have a different perspective. Oftentimes it doesn't fit into one group. I feel like we like to, as a whole, group each other into separate boxes, and I don't fit into one group, but that's okay. I've created my own perspectives and I'm willing to share those with people and have conversations about them, of course, but it's okay to be where I'm at and not fit into a specific spot. So I would say I embrace both backgrounds equally. I don't know, I guess I've learned that like I have different experiences from both sides. For example, my hair struggles, I feel like are very much part of the black community, and I fully relate and embrace that aspect. I have been raised more white per se, so I feel like I talk more white. Whatever that's supposed to mean, but I've been told that so much. But in essence, I do embrace both sides very equally. Question 6 is, Have you ever been teased for being different? Holy God, yes. For the longest time I relaxed my hair. I think I started relaxing my hair when I was 5, which I know it's so young, but I know my mom saw how happy straight hair made me, so she decided to get my hair relaxed. It made me so happy, but it obviously still didn't look like straight hair, and it broke off so bad. It was so short. Like not even, I don't know. Like now my hair is like boob length, bra strap length, let's say, but it didn't even touch my shoulders, and I was so sad about it, and people made fun of how weird it looked. It did look weird. It looked so weird. Besides my hair though, people, I remember I grew up in a very white community, and people were often really confused by the fact that you can mix races. Like, I remember telling my friends or like people in my class in 6th grade, I was like, yeah, my dad's black, and they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's a thing, it can happen. Besides those 2 factors, those were the only 2 things I experienced getting made fun of, but the microaggressions of them and the fact that they built up so much over time was really hard, and it really got to me mentally. But again, just like growing and becoming okay with it. Like, now I love my hair and I wear it out. Well, I wear it curly, so we good. Question 7 is, have you ever been ashamed of being multiracial? Yes, I was really ashamed. It's really hard for me to actually think about these things now, because I remember people would meet my mom and they'd know obviously automatically that she's my mom. She's a very light-skinned woman. Our facial structures are very similar, but like if my dad would come to like my soccer games, my friends would be like, oh, who's that guy? And I was like, well, it's my dad. And that was really confusing, and I was like, well, do I not look like him? And I know like we also have similar like facial features, but he's a lot darker skinned than me, so I understand the confusion. But that just was really hurtful, and people a lot of times asked if I was adopted if they saw me with my mom or my dad, so I was like, no, these are my parents, but I know I don't look like them. Question 8 is, do you feel like being mixed has its benefits? Sure. I would say for me, the biggest benefit, and I don't think everyone would agree with me, and that's absolutely okay, but I feel like I get a little bit of a perspective from each side. When I'm with my white friends, they feel comfortable around me and they'll say, we'll just hang out, like there's no elephant in the room, it's whatever. And then if I hang out with my black friends, it's the same thing, like we're all good, everyone's comfortable, they'll say whatever. They don't have to, neither side when they're with me is gonna have to transform themselves to act a certain way. With that, I'm able to see that we're really not different. So we're all human when it comes down to it. I feel like that's so cliche to say, but I do believe that. Question 9 is, what makes being multiracial a beautiful thing? Kind of with the last question, being able to see different perspectives and truly realizing that like, there's no difference between black and white people. Culturally, with anybody, there's going to be differences, but like your skin color doesn't make a difference as to like your true core center being. And I really appreciate that, because I know not everyone thinks that for whatever reason. There's so many stigmas and prejudices, but I'm very grateful for that perspective, and I do owe that to both my parents and just the fact of being mixed. And question 10, the last question. Do you have any advice to someone who struggles with multiracial identity? I don't know if this is good advice, but I would say trust the process. I definitely went through a time of very extreme self-hatred, and that was really, really hard. I remember just like looking at myself and thinking, oh my god, you don't look like anyone around you, you're so ugly because of this. But if I hadn't gone through those things, I definitely wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't have the confidence I have, I wouldn't have the experiences I have, which I've learned from. I wouldn't be able to educate and teach other people about my experiences, and have the capacity to not only teach and share mine, but also gain information from others and learn from their experiences too. So just trust the struggle. I promise it'll be okay. You're a beautiful person. your experiences are valid. So don't forget that. Yeah. I just want to say thank you for watching again. Like I said before, I will link my other video down below in the description box. You know, I've been debating on like making this an actual thing. If you want to hear any other videos from me, let me know. I'll do my best to try to upload some more if you'd like. But until next time, thank you. Peace out.